Hello, this is Johnny from Drop for a Cowboy, and you're watching Rock and Metal News.
You're watching Rock and Metal News right here with Kenny fucking Paul from Hell Yeah, come on!
Hey, this is Chris and Lamb of God. You're watching Rock and Metal News.
Hello?
Chris.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Dominic and Dave over here. How you doing at Maximum Threshold?
I am damn good, my friend. How about yourself?
Oh, great, man. Hey, it's really cool. I really appreciate you taking time out, especially to jump on here and talk with your fans, and especially to us on here. I really appreciate that.
Nope, no problem at all. Actually, here in San Antonio with Hatebreed in the background right now.
Oh, man. You talk to Jamie. Tell him I said hi.
For sure, will do.
Oh, man, he's a great guy, man. He does so much for all the bands that are that are touring with him and stuff, man. And especially when he starts tweeting, man. When he gets that going, he really pulls it out. So
Those guys are the true kings of hardcore.
Oh man, yeah, he's a great guy. He's been on here so many times, and he's brought us so many cool guests, especially like Kirk. You've got Kirk on here, and and it's just really cool.
My twin brother.
I hear you. Yeah, you do. You guys do kind of look like each other.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're the thinner. You're the thinner version.
Yeah, someone on Blabbermouth ages ago was like, "Man, he kind of looks like Kirk if Kirk stopped drinking beer."
That's funny. Yeah, we were supposed to get you guys on a show here. I think it was like when your last record came out, but I forgot. Something happened. Time change or something like that. And we just didn't hook up. But hey. That's then and now, man. You guys got your new one, this new release, man, and I'm really stoked about it. And so many people are loving this, and it's such a catchy thing. And I'm really proud that you guys got a nice release out there.
Oh man, it's been going good. Definitely feel the momentum building up, and things are going great right now. Cannot complain a bit.
I'm going to start this off. I got a question here. This is one of the messages I got earlier when they found out you were coming on. This is from Rock and Metal News. They're asking, they said, Chris, I heard lots of rumors of Five Finger Death Punch being on the Mayhem Festival 2012 tour next year. Is this true?
Right now we are talking about a whole lot of different scenarios right now. We're basically on the Share the Welt tour through December 18th, finishing up in Chicago there. From the looks of it, we're taking off the rest of December, January, and then we will pretty much be on the road from February of next year through the end of the year. So a lot of different scenarios out there, just kind of taking things by ear right now. Nothing's been set in stone, but working on little things here and there. So my way of beating around the bush, we'll see.
Gotcha, man. Let's see. I want to talk about your new release, man, because it's just coming out, and people are jumping on this. They want to know more about this record and the backgrounds of it, and how you guys piece it together. Who was involved with it, and the dynamics of it.
Well, with the American Catalyst album, those guys lost a bass player in December, and rather than focusing on trying to find a bass player and write and record a new album, they did the finished up the album and then went out on the bass hunt and found me. So I didn't have a whole lot of involvement in the writing and the recording of the album. I was in the studio for some of the mixing and editing and whatnot, but as far as actual writing and recording, I don't have a whole lot of input on that. I do know that this was a huge collective effort from the rest of the guys. A lot of different ideas coming from everybody. A very well-rounded effort from every player, all contributing pieces to the album. So a nice indicator of what happens when all the guys from Death Punch get together and put out a great album. Honestly,
that's it. How'd they find you?
It's a long story, actually. A buddy of mine from high school, his name is Saul. He's actually Jeremy's drum tech, and has been his drum tech for a while. So when I heard that they were looking for a bassist, I was groupless at the time. I was like, "Hey man, put in a word for me." So basically, got the audition through word of mouth. They gave me the audition. I've been kind of putting my name out there through Saul and through a couple of other friends, and I hadn't really heard anything. Got to a point where I was like, maybe I'm not going to hear anything. Finally went to go see System of a Down at the Palms in Las Vegas, and I was watching those guys on stage, turned around and was looking at the crowd for a moment, kind of had that Oprah Winfrey aha moment where it's like, man, if you want this, go after it.
Yep.
So that night I was like, the hell with this. I'm getting on Facebook and literally sent Jason a message on Facebook saying, hey, you know, I'm your guy. I live here in Vegas. I play bass. All I'm looking for is an audition. We had some mutual friends right there on Facebook. I was like, ask those guys. I'm sure they'll give me a pretty decent reference. So he sent me a message back the next day. He's like, how are your vocals? And a lot of the other projects I've done before, I'd done lead vocals and playing bass. So I sent him an MP3 of some stuff that I'd done a while back. And he was like, you know, hey, the vocals sound great. I think we may have our guy. So it was mine to screw up at that point. Went in, did the audition that weekend, and the week of until I actually found out that I had the gig, probably one of the longest weeks of my life.
Oh wow, I can believe that.
Now, did you go to the bar? Did you go to the bar afterwards after the audition, have a drink?
No, actually, after the audition, it was pretty much just sitting on pins and needles and waiting at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a huge drinker, but I definitely went to kick the Muay Thai pads quite a bit the next day.
Oh, that's cool. You do Muay Thai?
I do. Yep, been studying Muay Thai for about 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, that's awesome. I've done Kali.
Yeah.
I've done Kali for about 15 years, which is Filipino, but it's close. Some of the same stuff. That we do a lot of Olo stuff.
Anything to keep us healthy out there.
Yes. Hey, I just want to let you know is my brother is a Green Beret, and they take your guys' albums overseas all the time on missions, Afghanistan, Iraq. I just thought I'd let you put that out to you that my brother's a soldier, and he actually takes your stuff out there.
Send him our heartfelt thanks. We appreciate all those guys do. Today, at one of the meet and greets we were doing, there were some guys that had just gotten back from Afghanistan and bought tickets and the VIP meet and greet package while in Afghanistan. And we got to meet those guys today. So that's
sweet.
It's a good feeling knowing that the Death Punch reaches worldwide and helps people through everything. It's a good feeling to be part of something that's so big and so affects so many different people.
Yeah, they're playing. They're probably playing the through the speaker system of the helicopters. Five Finger Death Punch. So whenever the people like the people on the ground are hearing Five Finger Death Punch, oh no, they're coming to get us.
Yep, nothing gets them running quite like a Death Punch sound.
Hey, being in Vegas, how many times have you seen Steel Panther?
I actually, the last time I saw those guys was the 48 Hours Festival kickoff.
Oh, wow.
David Draymond from Disturbed actually got up and did a couple of songs with those guys. But, God, I've seen Steel Panther even back, like, years ago when they were called Metal School. So
Yeah.
I've seen them go from Metal School all the way up through the beast that is Steel Panther at this point.
Oh, sweet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get a chance to check out their new stuff?
The new Steel Panther, I haven't heard the new album other than what I heard at that live show. Being out here on the road the last couple of weeks, I think the album came out last week from what I remember.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to stop by a CD store to pick it up just yet, but it is on the list of things to do for sure.
Get it. That's all I got to say. If you like the last one, you'll love this one.
Those guys are great. They're so funny.
Yeah, they do such a great job. Especially there's so many great new riffs on there on this one. It's pretty cool. You'll like this one.
Oh, yeah.
They let Satchel go free.
Exactly. Satchel having played in Fight. That kid's got some damn good rhythm ideas, so he's a good player.
Let's see here. I got a question in the chat room. This one's coming from Halden in the chat room. He's from Costa Rica. He's asking about your stage show. He's asking, do you do anything different, going on your stage? Because he knows that your stage setup is really extravagant.
Oh yeah, we definitely we're one of those bands that will take money from previous tours and roll it into the new tour. You always want to be progressing. We want to roll into a town and have people be like, "Damn, you have got to see this show," and that's exactly what we got out of this one this time around. Tons of lights, a lot of different elements that I haven't seen done before. And just it's huge. It's quite the undertaking, and we're excited and stoked to get out there and let everybody see it. It's pretty amazing. Word of advice: when the very first notes start, turn your head to the side. Don't look directly at the sun.
Okay. Couple questions, Now, you said you were singing and playing bass at the same time in previous projects. did you start off as a vocalist who picked up bass, or were you a bassist that picked up vocals?
Honestly, I started playing bass with the intent of doing vocals at the same time. So I learned the bass first, got to a point where I was pretty decent at that, and then added the vocals on top of that. But that was always part of the goal, is to be a singing bassist for me.
Oh, that's pretty bad. It's like Lemmy.
Yeah, Lemmy and Gene Simmons is a huge influence as well, as far as like the reason I do things today. At a very young age, I saw him up on television. I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. So
what kind of bass?
Minus the face paint.
So what kind of bass do you play?
I use a Rex 4-string made by Spectre Bass. Nice low end, good action. It's something I've used for a while, and it's a very comfortable bass for me. So I've been using that for probably three or 4 years or so now.
They had a great,
and they've been great. I love the company. Love great sound, great basses.
Yeah, they had a great booth at NAMM. I tried out a couple of their basses when I was at the NAMM show this year.
Oh yeah, probably saw my rep over there, PJ Rubel. He's a damn good guy. He's done a lot for me.
Well,
so shout out to him.
So hopefully, maybe you guys will be, if you're not going to be touring in January, maybe you'll be up in NAMM signing.
Oh yeah, I would definitely be there for sure. That was one of the first things I asked when I was joining. I was like, "Oh, sweet, do I get to go to NAMM now?" And yes, I do. I'm excited.
Well, good. When you say hi to me, don't ignore us.
Oh no, not at all.
I'll say, "Hey, it's Dave and Dominic from Maximum Threshold." You go, "Who? What? I don't know these guys."
Like, I listen to that playback. The hell with you guys. I remember that shit. No, that won't happen at all. I guarantee.
So where was now? You're not originally from Vegas, are you?
No, originally from Kentucky. Though I've been out in Vegas for about 10 years. Moved out to Vegas originally with the intent of looking at L.A. To move out there, and just fell in love with Vegas. Vegas was a stop on the way to L.A. and just fell in love with it. It's a great city.
Yeah, I had to spend a month out west last year or two, and I stopped by Vegas first before I went out to L.A. And I'll tell you one thing, I really really liked Las Vegas more than L.A. So what part of Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean,
what part of Kentucky was originally? Yeah,
originally from Lexington. Grew up in Lexington.
I've been through that town a lot too.
Oh yeah,
you got to go through it.
Beautiful city and home of my University of Kentucky Wildcats. Big that fandom hasn't left me.
So I'm surprised you didn't start up playing country music originally. If you're from that part of the country, I'm not joking. Down south,
I did some bands back in Nashville, actually. Some heavy bands from there too, but never ventured off into the country. Metal's been something I've been drawn to at a very young age, and haven't strayed that far from there. I've done a little bit of hardcore, a little metal, but pretty much stayed right on that metal path the whole time.
All right, next question. Now this is a good one. Okay, gonna rack your brain on this one. All right. Now that you're in what I call the upper echelon of the music scene, because you really are now, there has to have been someone you got to meet, or a person or a place you got to go, or someone you got to play with, or someone you got to meet at a meet and greet, but someone that you're like, man, I'm so glad I got to meet this person. Like a celebrity or an influence, a musical influence, anything like that.
You know, there has been a couple, actually. Just within the last couple months, I'll name two of them. One of them was Frank Bello from Anthrax, bass player. Grew up listening to Among the Living, and to be on a bill with those guys, and literally like the whole turn of events for me within the last 6 months, I've gone from bartending in Vegas to being number 3 on the Billboard charts. So it's a huge turnaround for me to have been bartending in Vegas and then end up on the side of the stage talking in-ears with Frank Bello from Anthrax.
That's cool.
One of those moments I was like, man, this is amazing how life changes so fast.
Yeah, we had Frank on the show here a couple of weeks ago, talking about the new Anthrax and stuff. Did you get a chance to pick up their new one?
Oh yeah, it's one of about 6 that was in the car when I left Vegas, and it'll be in the CD player when I return as well.
Yeah, they did a good job in this latest one.
So who is number 2 on your list then?
The other surreal experience was kicking field goals on the Boise State football field with Jamie Jasta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, having grown up being a metal hardcore guy, and ended up kicking field goals on the field with Jamie Jasta. That was another one of those surreal moments. Man, life is definitely different these days.
Now, how bad did you do when you kicked the ball?
Oh, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Who cares? You had fun.
Decent velocity, but no aim whatsoever.
Who cares? You had fun, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like I said, you got to do what you can to stay healthy out on the road, and kicking field goals with Jess is one of those ways to do it.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
So what else you got planned, like for this next couple of days and stuff, guys, on your agenda? So we can.
Next couple of days, we are literally in San Antonio tonight, playing a beautiful venue called the Sunken Gardens. We're off tomorrow, and then we're driving to St. Charles, Missouri. So that's the next thing, and I mean we're going all over the place. Honestly, we're doing some dates in Florida, up through New York City, up into Pittsburgh. We're literally all over the place until December 18th, finishing up in Chicago. So
I didn't see you in Cleveland. How come you guys don't got a Cleveland date?
Actually, I don't think we've got anything Cleveland-wise on this run. But the anticipation, we're anticipating doing another leg of Share the Welt early next year with more North American dates. So
gotcha.
We'll get into the markets that we haven't touched on this tour. We should be touching those markets early next year.
Gotcha on that. We're almost done here, man. But hey, first of all, I want to thank you again, for hooking up with me and coming on our show here and just BSing with us and talking about the latest release. What's going on with you and the band, and get a brief on everything. I really appreciate that.
No worries at all. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, I was glad to able to get in touch with you guys and get this interview going for you.
For everybody who's tuning in right now, we have Chris Kael from the band Five Finger Death Punch, the bassist. So there's people just jumping in right now, and they're asking me who am I talking to right now.
Nice.
Let's see here. Yeah, I've answered a bunch of questions here. You did answer one of the questions. You brought up Kiss a little earlier, and Jeff Kiss in our chat room was asking if you could have been any member of Kiss, which one would it be and why?
From the moment I saw Gene Simmons, he had me. Just I like the whole the demonic side, the evil, spitting blood. I loved everything about Gene Simmons. So it would definitely be Gene Simmons for me.
Let's see. I got another question from Rock and Metal News. They're asking, on your next leg of Share the Welt tour, will you hit Vancouver?
I honestly don't know. Again, that's one of those things that that next leg is all being planned right now, so nothing is in stone. But man, I'm really hoping to get up to Vancouver. I've heard it's beautiful. That's one of those cities I'm anxious to get up and actually see myself. Gotcha.
Chris, can you do us a quick favor?
Yeah, anything.
Can you do a promo ID for our show? Just say your name, the band you're with, you're listening to Maximum Threshold, then throw something crazy out at the end of it?
Sure.
Whenever you're ready.
Hey, guys, this is Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold. Hoorah!
That was perfect, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, I definitely.
You're welcome, guys.
I thank you again. And whenever you got anything you want to promote, man, just hit us back, man. We'll get you up, bring you back on here. We're live every Saturday. So when you're on the road and you're drunk or something like that, we're live from 8 to 11. Just call in.
Okay, beautiful. Where are you guys based out of?
We're right outside of Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. If we come up that way, I know we're doing a Columbus show. If there's any time you guys want to come check out a show, just hit me up on Facebook, and we'll get you guys in for sure.
Sounds good.
I'll go to Columbus.
VIP treatment, my friend.
I'll go to Columbus.
There you go.
Dave will take you up on that.
Consider it done.
Okay, man, Chris, you have yourself a good one there, and get back there with your fans there.
For sure. Thanks, I appreciate it, man.
Okay, have a good one.
All right, talk to you guys later. See you.
Hey guys, this is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News with a CD review of the new Opeth album called Heritage.